Hey everyone, it's Tobes, and welcome to your second monitor. Today, we're playing a quick draft of Edge of Eternities. I think this set is great, it's a lot of fun, I love the flavor, the art is incredible. So we're going to do a quick draft, which, as we all know, is a draft against bots, so we don't have to wait for other players to make their picks before we can make ours, but it does have a lower payout than the premier drafts, which cost twice as much. So before we get into it, we're going to take a look at the draft archetypes for Edge of Eternities. We'll start with, obviously, Azorius. So Azorius' second spell is the same thing we had during Tarkir Dragonstorm. That's pretty good. Dimir Control is pretty, it's what we expect. And it's also artifact-based because it's an artifact-heavy set. Rakdos Void is really fun. Feels like Revolt, but it's a little different. I love this Gruul Landers and Landfall archetype. Check out my channel if you would like to see a video of me playing just that in Edge of Eternities Constructed. I'll link the video in the description. +1/+1 counters in Selesnya. Feels right. So does Go Wide and Orzhov. I can see that. Artifact Aggro in Izzet. That seems like a lot of fun. I would kind of hope we get to play this. It seems like a good time. Golgari Graveyard. Yeah, we've seen it. Boros Space Stations, with all those creatures that say if 2 creatures are tapped after combat. That seems fun. And then, of course, Simic Ramp, because we're in Simic, so of course we're playing Ramp. So let's get into our draft. Let's see what we start. Ooh, Deserted Temple is our spacey, placey thing, land. It seems cool. I don't think we're going to pick it, but we do have this biotech specialist. Seems cool. I would like to... it looks like I have a complete set of biotech specialists. If you don't know, if you're on PC, you can hold down Alt and it'll show you how many of each card you've collected. And I think maybe you hold Command on a Mac, I'm not sure. But I like biotech specialist and I would enjoy drafting this, but I do have a full playset already. So if I were to pick another one, what does that give me? I don't know. Does it give me gems? Maybe. In any case, let's look at what else we have. Honored Knight Captain is a 2/2 that comes with a friend, and then you can find equipment, so maybe we play equipment with this. Maybe this is the white-black deck. Mouth of the Storm is just a big blue flyer. I like that. And Suzerain Voidborn is definitely a Rakdos thing. It's like a Blood Artist. I'm interested in that. I'd like to see if that can work. So let's go for that one. Okay, well, if we're going for white and black, we have a multicolored card. Servant of the Lucent is 5 mana. It's a 4/4 knight with Death Touch and Lifelink, and when it enters or attacks, all of our creatures get +1/+1 Death Touch until end of turn. That seems great. Let's do that. We're not necessarily locked into white-black now, but that seems really good. All right, Scout for Survivors. Return up to 3 target creature cards with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield and put a counter on each of them. Wow, that's really great. And then Monolith Circuit Feeder is pretty big. Gives one of our things a power bonus and something else a toughness penalty based on artifacts. So more of a blue-black card than what we're looking for. Auxiliary Boosters is a 5 mana 3/5 flyer essentially, but we can move the equipment around. We've got Nutrient Block. We've got Focus Fire, which is a solid removal spell. I think we're going to do Scout for Survivors, though. I'd like to bring back my Voidborn. All right, Scrounge for Eternity is another Reanimate spell. We have to sacrifice something. Lux Knight Breacher is... if we're going wide, this is a good card for us to do that with. We can fix our mana a little bit with the Beamsaw Prospector, or we can do this Comet Crawler, which is a sack outlet that gets bigger and has lifelink. This card was really good for me in the pre-release, but I think I'd like to go with this Knight. All right, we've got a Void. We've got the Dirgecraft, which is an Edict when it comes in for 5. Not ideal in Limited, but not terrible. We've got another Voidborn. I don't mind these guys. Graveblade Heavy is a 4/4 Death Touch if we have an artifact, which we might. I kind of want to just take the Voidborn again. Let's do that. All right, Survey Mechan. What a cute card. 1/3 flyer for 4. It has hexproof, and then you can pay an amount equal to 10 minus the number of different lands you control and you sacrifice this to lightning bolt something, ancestral recall, and gain 3 life. Well, we've got Starport Security, which is our tapper for the set. If we have counters, I don't love it. Zealous Display is white Trumpet Blast, I like that. Embrace Oblivion is removal. Maybe we go for removal rather than the Comet Crawler. They're both common. Let's take the Crawler. I like the Crawler. Alright, Flight Deck Coordinator. This is the Boros deck, but might still be useful for us. We've got the Tapper again, and a Swarm color. Sacrifice another creature or artifact if you do draw a card with a flyer. There's plenty of flying things in this set, so let's take something that can block them. Perigee Beckoner. Oh yes, this comes in and kind of... It's not Fake Your Own Death because it doesn't make a token, but it's that +2/+0, and when it dies, regenerate it, essentially. That seems okay. Let's do that. Alright, we got our Tapper anyway. Ooh, Dark Endurance. Actually, though, this is one of those black combat tricks that gives you Indestructible. I think that's great. Alright, we got the Flight Deck Coordinator. Seems good. We've Decode Transmissions. We maybe can make Void happen, and so then we draw 2 and they lose 2. That seems good. Alright, we've got Scratch for Eternity and another Comet Crawler. I don't know if we need a second Comet Crawler, but I also don't think we really need to bring this back. Although the Lander token can trigger Void. I'd rather take the Crawler. And then we've got a Graveblade Heavy. Alright. Ooh, Icehill Explorer. Very cool card. But we're already pretty black. Although, we could go black-green. I don't really care about the Dirge Craft. I think that this Honored Knight Captain is good, but I think I'm going to take Gravkill here. Alright, hey, Stomping Ground. Kind of want that just to have it in my collection. What else do we have? Lightsmith. Cares about second spells, so we might be able to make that happen. We've got a Beamsaw Prospector. Dies makes a lander. It's alright. And then the Exosuit Savior is a Wind Drake, and we can, if we want, bounce something we control. I'm not excited about really any of these. I think the Sunstar Lightsmith is probably fine. I think I might just take Stomping Ground for my collection, though. Alright. We can take another Gravkill. I don't mind that. Scout for Survivors, we already have 1 copy of. But nothing else really exciting here. I guess this Lightblade? Kind of a combat trick snap-on enchantment. I want another Gravkill. We may not run both, but I bet we will. Ooh, Wedgelight Rammer. This is a 4-mana spacecraft. It comes with a robot, and when we station it up to 9, it's a 3/4 flyer with first strike. It's okay. Brightspear Zealot. It's a multiple spells per turn card, which we may be able to make happen, but maybe this Skittermaw is where we want to be. We're very heavy on 3-drops right now. What are we looking at here? We've got 7 3-drops, 4 5-drops, or 5 4-drops rather. Do we take the Wedgelight Rammer? Get ourselves a creature, maybe get a flyer. It's just not that exciting. I want to play cards that are fun for us, even if we don't win with them. So we'll take the Skittermaw, just because it's something we don't have yet. We've already got a Swarm color. We can take the Kill Ship. When we get up to 7 mana, just kill something. That's more fun than the Lightsmith, maybe? For 7? Yeah, I think we want to just go wide and hurt our opponents. Well, now then again, is this Lightsmith better than the second Swarm color? I think probably it is. Okay. Dark Endurance, we got that again. Blade of the Swarm. We can have it be a 5-mana or a 4-mana 5/3, but it's just sort of there. I think we can do better. We're still in pack 2, so we'll take another Dark Endurance. We may not run both of them, but it's a good combat trick. Ooh, but we can take another Sir Lucent, or Sir Vondum rather, the Lucent. That sounds great. Oh, Monoist Sentry, yeah. This is a 4/1 Defender. That seems fun. Lux Knight Breacher. We already have seen one of these, but we've got a lot of creatures, and I feel like that's probably our best bet. Then again, this is sweet, but it doesn't really help us trigger Void on our turn unless we're sacrificing it to whatever we have that can sacrifice things. Was it the Comet Crawler? Yeah. I'd rather take the Breacher. I feel like we may not run it, but we can get a really big one if we do it that way. Thaumaton Torpedo is interesting as a removal spell, but we've got a couple of grav kills. We can gain life. It's a 3/3 for 3. I think I like that 3/3 for 3. Get another one already? Do we take the Bygone Colossus just to have a big boy? I don't really like the Exosuit Savior that much. But maybe we need something for late game. I don't think I'm going to run this if I play it, if I put it in the deck. Let's take the Exosuit Savior and put it over here for now. Alright, we've got Scout for Survivors already, but we have a lot of things we can hit with it. Let's maybe consider having 2 of them. We'll take the Survey Mech and put it in the sideboard and do the same with the Kill Ship. I'll put the Kill Ship in the main board. We may not run it, but we'll see. Ooh, Frenzied Baloth. Oof, pretty scary. We're not taking any rares, it seems like. We've got our set of cards that we've already seen. Yeah, we've seen these cards. We're going to take the Baloth. We don't really care about anything else in here. Just put it in the sideboard. Oh, Seam Rip. Exile target non-land permanent opponent controls with mana value 2 or less until this leaves the battlefield. So it's like the enchantment from Eldraine that puts the fox in the glass bubble. We've also got this Starfighter pilot. Lets us surveil. I think we're going to take Seam Rip. Alright. What are we looking at right now in terms of our mix of creatures and non-creatures? Alright, we could use a couple more creatures, but we're doing okay for them. Void Forged Titan. 5 mana, 5/4, beginning of your end step, you can draw a card and lose life. If you got Void, that's pretty good. We've seen the Circuit Feeder before, and we've also got this Depressurize. I don't mind Depressurize. Let's do that. Helps us get more 2-drops. We got another Grav Kill and another Dark Endurance. We got a Dockworker Drone, which we could do. Just a bear. And then this Fell Grav Ship lets us draw a creature and then have a flying lifelinker. I think that's good. We're really heavy on 3-drops. I don't think we really want any of these, so we'll take the dog. It's a 2-drop. Alright, Embrace Oblivion is another removal spell. I don't mind running just creatures and removal. That can win you games. We've already got at least 2 Comet Crawlers, so we don't need that. We'll take this Blade of the Swarm, even though I don't know that we're going to run it. Alright, we already have a Perigee Beckoner? We do, so let's take a Beamsaw Prospector, because it's a 2-drop. We can take this Flight Deck Coordinator. We've already got 2 of them, I think, but yeah, that's okay. Do we take the Torpedo? Do we take the Sweeper? We'll take the Beckoner. I don't think we're going to run it, but having an awful lot of creatures. Another Dark Endurance. Wow, Grab Blade Heavy? Wow, we didn't basically pass any pack. We passed only a couple of packs without taking something in our colors. Yeah, 4 times we did that. Actually, we did it 3 times because Exosuit Savior. Alright, we've got to make 12 cuts. That's okay. Let's get to it. So we'll do a quick search to sort. We are looking at 22 creatures right now. So we probably want to cut 7 of those and maybe 5 non-creatures. Let's start with the non-creatures. So it looks like everything we have is removal except for Scout for Survivors and Decode Transmissions because Dark Endurance is a kind of removal. We'll cut one of those. I think we'll cut 1 Scout for Survivors. How many of these did I say we wanted to get rid of? 3 more? Wow. Grab Kill is a little expensive. We could cut another Dark Endurance, I suppose. Decode Transmissions, I'm just not hyped for it. And then in our deck, is Seam Rip better than Embrace Oblivion? It probably is. Yeah, we need to get down to so that we can have 15 creatures at least. Scout for Survivors may not work for us, but man, it would be really good. It'd be really fun if we can make it happen. Let's start cutting up here. I'm going to take the Kill Ship off just for now. I don't really like this Beckoner, but we can warp it in. We'll have 1 of them. This Void Forged Titan. It's a possibility, but that's 4 or 5 drops. That's a lot. Servondum is so good. All right, Lux Knight Breacher. Sunstar Lightsmith is just our... Yeah, it's not really working for us as well as we want. Neither is Blade of the Swarm. Gravblade Heavy is fine. How many artifacts are we running? Just 3, and we probably have a couple of things that make artifacts, but I'd rather, I think, maybe cut these guys. So that puts us down. We've got to make 3 more cuts. We don't need all these flight deck coordinators. It is a 3/3 for 3 that might gain us a little life. The Grav ship isn't really a creature, though. It could be. Skittermaw is good. We don't necessarily need the dog, but now we're at 15 actual creatures and a Grav ship. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 creatures that Scout for Survivors can pull back out. Does the Grav ship feel like it's something worth getting for us? Is it better than all of these non-creatures? I don't think it is. All right. This may not be the right choice, but we have it. We're at 16 creatures. Is that right? Am I crazy? 4, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, it's true. Oh, that's right. It was counting those creatures properly and non-creatures properly with the ship in non-creatures, but because it can become a creature, I guess, it sorted it to the top. Interesting. Anyway, we can run 16 creatures, and if we need to cut one to get something back down here, we can take out the dog maybe, or the Beamsaw Prospector. I feel like this is okay. We can do this. Let's put Servondum on our deck box and get to it. Wait a minute. Are we actually... Yeah, we're heavier black, surely. Yeah, that seems fine. Normally I would count this up if I were playing this in paper, but I trust Arena. Hopefully to my benefit. All right, we're right in. Game 1. All right, we've got a Seam Rip. We've got some 3 drops. Let's do it. We'll see if we can slow our opponent down a little bit to get to our 3 drops. I think we're going to play the Comet Crawler first. Then again, we can get rid of this Pangolin. But I think I'd rather let them play something, pay for the counter on the Pangolin, then we get rid of the Pangolin. So is it Artifact Aggro? Oh, they've got Nemen. Menon? Menon is his name, that's right. Their name? Perhaps their name, not sure. Probably want to get rid of that because it can put counters on other creatures. But we can't with Seam Rep, so we're just going to have to wait. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and Seam Rip. Get rid of the Pangolin. We're going to swing in. Will they block? They do. We gain 2 life. We play the Skittermaw. Skittermaw comes in as a 2/2, but immediately, because of Void, becomes a 3/3 menace. It's pretty good. So we keep building up our creatures. Got an All Fate Scroll, which lets them put a counter on Menon. If you're interested to see a commander deck built out of the rare mono blue Menon, check out my channel. It is something that I posted just the other day. Alright, we've got a Void Forged Titan. We can only get one of these out, unfortunately. This would come in as a 4-mana 4/4, which is not thrilling. But we can get some life. So let's go ahead and attack. Let's decline this trigger. 5 to them. Play the Flight Deck Coordinator. Flight Deck Coordinator at our end step will gain us 2 life. They may have a counter for it. Doesn't look like they do. That's alright. If we can get out a couple more creatures and then get our Lux Knight Breacher to be pretty big, I think a vanilla 6/6 for 4 is probably good. Nanoform Sentinel. When it becomes tapped, untap something else once per turn. It's pretty good. Pretty alright. Well, we could play the Breacher and then play another Breacher. Or I guess we could play this Voidborn. Let's do this. Will they counter it? They do. That's alright with me. So we attack with the Skittermaw. And they have to decide if they want to throw away their Nanoform Sentinel. They do. Alright. So that's an easy trade. Would have been nice with the Void trigger from that Voidborn, but that's okay. Mechan Shieldmate. As long as an artifact entered... Oh, this is the defender that can attack sometimes for the set. Dauntless Scrapbot. So scrappy. Enters, exile our graveyard and make a lander. Okay. Which means Menon is just going to keep getting bigger. We could sure use a Grav Kill for Menon. They put both counters on the Scrapbot. Okay. We could also use land. That would be sweet. There we go. Let's take this Void Forged Titan. And we'll just pass. We gained a little life earlier in the game, so I'm not worried about Menon killing us in the air just yet. We can draw some cards. Seems good. Alright, our turn. We can Grav Kill Menon whenever we really feel like it. It's an instant. I think we're going to attack with the Flight Deck Coordinator to see if they trade with their Shieldmate. Probably the Shieldmate and not the Scrapbot. Makes sense. So we can move to the end step. We get a Void Forge Titan trigger. Draw our planes. Seems good. Let's see what they do here. That's pretty scary. You get a counter on the Scrapbot. That's fine. They're going to go right to combat. Is that the idea? No, they'll play the Shieldmate. Okay. I'm a little worried that they're going to have another counter spell. But if they do, they do. That's just how it goes. Oh. That seems like a choice they can make. Sure. Go to combat. They attack with all 3. Yep. Seems good. So we can go to 9. And the Mechan's going to go away. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to 11 instead. I'm going to Grav Kill Menon. Do they have a counter spell for it? No. Oh, Menon's gone. We lose our Titan, but they lose their Scrapbot, and their Red Tiger Mechan has been warped in, so it's going away too. Scour for Scrap. They get to get their bot back. Oh, and they draw a Bygone Colossus? That's bad for us. Alrighty, let's see how this could go. Alright, now we're drawing our land. That seems fine. We'll bring in this Breacher. It's a 3/3. We will attack with the Comet Crawler. I feel like we just let them trade, because they're going to. Yeah. We'll gain some life. They would have killed it anyway if we had killed the Luxite Breacher, but this way the next Breacher can also come in as a 3/3. But I don't know if that's something we can do anything against, because they're going to play their Bygone Colossus. Oh, they play the Scrapbot. Like a Lander. Do they get out their Mechan as well? They do. We will trade with the Mechan. Yeah, their deck is going off. Our deck, a little less so. We'll trade. Let's play the Breacher. Pass the turn. So they're going to have a 9/9 come out. I think we can probably kill this Scrapbot with our Breacher. It's a good trade. Just depending on what they play next. I assume they're 9/9. Ooh, Pangolin. Oh, because they can play the 9/9 next turn and pump up the Pangolin. Oh, they warp it in now. Pump up the Pangolin. That seems good. Yeah, we're gonna trade. And maybe we'll get something we can have some action with here. Beamsaw Prospector is not terrible. Gives us a Lander token when it dies, and it can block this turn. So that Lander token doesn't do a lot for us, but it'll give us another land that we may not be able to use, but we may, and at least it thins our deck just a tiny little bit. Pangolin gets bigger, they attack, we block, we lose our Prospector, but we gain a Lander token. We use the Lander token because we'd rather have a little bit of a thinner deck than to get any sort of void triggers on our turn, and that's it for us. Good game. Opponent T-Witten 16, you have bested us. Alright, they give us a good game so we can just scoop. Sometimes it doesn't come together, that's alright. The answer is play again. Magic is fun. We should play more Magic. Ooh, we're back in again. This is game 2. Ooh, there's Menon, actually. Anyway. This hand is great. We can play right on curve if we wanted to. Oh, hello. Edge Rover. I think we'd rather hold up our seam rep, but might as well. Lets us play on curve, that seems fun. Edge Rover is just a 2/2 for 1 with reach. It's insane. Alright, we're playing our dog. Very good dog. They can attack with the drone if they want to. Full art versions of the lands. Beautiful. Tricks Fate Maker. The drone gets a little bigger. It's okay. We take 3. Their Fate Maker goes away. We will let's do the Voidborn. I just like this card and I think it will be useful for us in the future. And we can hold up the dog, but I would rather attack with the dog. Gain a life, do 2 damage to them, pass the turn. They can put us down to 15 this turn. Maybe they have more counters to throw at us, so maybe it'll be more like 14 or 13, but we're going to find out. And if we lose something and we want to get it back, we have Scout for Survivors. If we lose everything, we can get it back with Scout for Survivors. Okay, they got their Fate Maker, so the drone's going... Oh no, put it on the Fate Maker. Alright. So we've got 7 trampling power on the battlefield. We can play this as a 4/4, which is not my favorite thing in the world, but we sure can do it. Why don't we play this Comet Crawler instead? Oh, very nice. We'll pass. We're in a situation where we can probably kill one of their things, and then we bring back all of our things with Scout for Survivors. Unless I've misread Scout for Survivors, which I hope I haven't. Let's do it this way, so they have to kill just one. Alright, and we get a Voidborn trigger as well. Which does gain us life, right? Yeah. Hey, it's Gene. Alright, we can play our Beckoner if we wanted to. But I don't think we need to. We're going to play our Lux Knight Breacher just to do it. And we'll see what they do against us. The Siege Ship Agrarian is terrific. When it becomes tapped, it makes a lander, and when land enters, it gets a counter. Do they have close encounter? I think they might. Diplomatic relations, even worse for us. Doesn't seem that diplomatic to me at all. Woof. Well, we can't stop that Fate Maker. And they will completely blow us out if we kill the Agrarian. We try to kill the Agrarian, but we're going to. Force them to use their lander and pump it up. Yeah, I know. We go to 11. No, we go to 10. Alright, now we scout for survivors. We go to 12. Alright, we've got land, at least. Can we survive if we play the Beckoner? Not really. Scout for survivors. It will... Oh. Up to 3. That's a shame. Suzerain Voidborn. Wish we could warp in the Beckoner next turn. Come on, pass the turn. So they've got lethal on the battlefield if they get rid of our Voidborn. Which maybe they will. Right, we have to block, of course. Three, go to 4. Is there a way for us to just do 13 damage to them this turn? Maybe not. Yeah, I think that's it for us. Good game, opponent. Get out of this. Good game, Eskimo Pigeon. Appreciate your time. Okay, we could be doing better. It's alright. We're going to try another shot. Maybe we'll make it to 0-3. That'll be alright. Less than I want, but... Okay, this is game 3. Let's hope it's not our last game. And we're in with not a great hand. Let's mulligan this. I don't want to just rely on... Ooh, I was going to say rely on the shuffler to give us something we can use. That may be what we have to do this time, though. Let's keep this. Let's go ahead and put our flight deck coordinator on the bottom, I think. Yeah. We'll start off with a swamp after they play their forest. Come on. Okay, Simic Ramp. We can play our dog. Chrome Companion. Good dog, Rover. Ooh, Sledge Class Siege Ship. This is Elvish Piper once it can attack. That's pretty neat. But we can destroy it with this if we need to. So let's go in, gain life, and we'll play this Voidborn. Maybe it'll actually work for us this game. Alright, they've got a whale. It lets them surveil. And we'll warp back out. And we'll see if they have any other plays. This is some Final Fantasy stuff, I believe. I'm not a Final Fantasy guy, but I trust that that's what's going on there. Ooh, stationing with it makes sense. This only needs to get up to 7, is that right? Yeah. We can seam rip, but not yet. Alright, well, let's get in. Since we missed our land drop, we'll just gain another life, attack, play this Comet Crawler so we have something, and then go to town. Maybe we open a window for the moment. Oh, they're Bant. Oh, and here's the whale. Whale, whale, whale. So we can't grav kill anything yet. So let's go ahead and attack. Just gain a little more life. I will decline that. Just do the damage. And then I think we want to embrace Oblivion here, just because they're gonna play another creature, use it to crew the siege ship, then attack and put their biggest creature from their hand into play with it. So we need to get it off the board. Paradox Haze. That player gets an additional upkeep step? Huh. Okay. Well. Then they have that. Alright, let's play our... The whale is very big, but I think we're okay with the whale for now. Let's play our Lux Knight Breacher. Let's get in. Or rather, not get in. So crazy. You can even enchanted players first upkeep, they get an additional upkeep. Okay, I don't know what they plan to use on their upkeep. Have we already seen it? I don't think so. Right? Sure. Play your trick. Oh, no trick. Oh, they get their own Lux Knight creature? Okay. Sure. We will play the Beamsaw Prospector. We're going to attack with the Comet Crawler and the Breacher and eat the Prospector so we get a Lander token. And we get to ping them with the Voidborn. Let's see if they will trade their Breacher for our Comet Crawler. If so, we gain a bunch of life. And we'll gain a little more life and find ourselves another... Hey, there it is. Alright, good game to Rama and me. We at least got a win. Maybe that's our only win. That's okay. Sometimes you go 3-1, and that's alright. We're going to find out in this next game. Alright, it's game 4. Again, it might be our last game. If it is, it was alright. We're up against Tunnel. Secret tunnel through the mountain in a couple of months when Avatar drops. So we can play Seam Rip first couple of turns. We can get out our Voidborn if we need to. Alrighty. Still going. They've got their Dockworker drone. Sounds good. We will bring out our Voidborn just to have another 2/2. Hopefully, if they're in this green counters deck again, white-green counters deck, they're going to pump themselves up. And then we can Seam Rip. Oh, an additional Dockworker drone, sure. They'll attack, of course. We will play this Swarm Color so we can block it if we need to. And we're just going to pass. We don't want to lose our Voidborn at present. Alright. Gold Dragon. They've got Diadrene! Wow! Diadrene is a great card. Yeah. That seems great. Check out my channel for a Diadrene Commander deck. Made one of those too. We're going to block both of these. They're going to put their counter from one Dockworker drone probably on Diadrene, but if they're clever, they're going to put it on their robot. There it is. Goes on the robot. And their other one... Oh, they only had the one, of course. So we're going to make them a little sad. And we're going to Seam Rip Diadrene, because Diadrene's mana value is still 2. We'll attack with the Swarm Color, and we will decline the trigger and just get in for 2. Auxiliary boosters. Okay, they've got a 3/4 flyer, which means we can't keep attacking. That's alright. We can play our Lux Knight Breacher, however, which will be a 4-mana 4/4. Oh, we can play Comet Crawler first, perhaps. That's pretty okay. Swarm Color lets us draw a card if we sacrifice something. I think it's better to do this for now, because we can then get a 5/5 Lux Knight Breacher when we're ready for it. I wonder if they built around Diadrene. It's a great card, especially in Commander, because it comes in with counters equal to the amount of mana you spent on it, so it includes the Commander tax when you do that. Ooh, Emergency Eject to kill our flyer. Seems alright. Okay, we'll take the 3. And we're going to sack the lander. Oh, they move it around. Okay, sounds good. We're going to go ahead and sack our lander for another white source. Drain them for 1. We can Grav kill that if we feel like it. We have 8 mana, we can do both. Lux Knight Breacher. Do we... Yeah, I think we do. Because that means they've got to at least spend 3 mana next turn to equip their auxiliary boosters. Decline. And they've got 8 mana available to them, so they still have 5, but we got in for a big hit. Oh, Banishing Light. Do they hit the Breacher, maybe? Or the Seam Rip? Let's see. Comet Crawler? Oh, okay, to prevent us from gaining life, I guess? I suppose. Well, we're going to play Servandum, and we're going to get in for 8. And if they can get rid of Servandum, and then not attack, they got a Tenderfoot, which they could pump up twice if they want to, so it's a 4. Well, nope, they can pump it up once. They've got a 5/5. I think they don't attack, but all of our stuff is going to have Death Touch when we attack. So we can at least do a big trade. And the way we do that big trade and win is by draining them. So away we go. Good game, Tunnel. All right, that's our second win. We are tied up. 2 losses, 2 wins. That's okay with me. Sometimes it's just disheartening to start off with a loss and then another loss, but then you get some wins. You know, you never know what order they're going to come in. Now, I always say that for these arena events, if I get at least 3 wins, that's all I need to ask for. Which means this, again, is game 5. It might be our last game, yet again, but it also might be our 3rd win. And if so, then everything after that, to me, is just gravy. We've got a 2-drop in this hand. I think I'm okay with it. We're on the play. We're waiting for our opponent to decide if they want to mulligan. I think maybe they're trying to decide what they want to put back if they're going to 6. Is that right? Thinking about it. Let's open the window for a minute. We just get to enjoy our fox just sort of staring at us. Empty head. Hello. So the idea, I guess, is we want to get our Beamsaw Prospector down. If we can't get it killed, so that we can get that Lander token and get up to 4 mana, we just hope we get to 4 mana, play out the Swarm color, and eat it. That is a turn 5 action, because we've got to get this down on turn 4, presumably, and then attack with it. But that's not terrible to do. Oh, no. Oh, there we go. Opponent, I guess, didn't realize that they had to click something. Oh, we've got another Grav kill, so we can use that for something. At some point, at least. Our opponent's playing really cool Tarkir Dragonstorm lands. Yeah. Alright, we'll go ahead and attack. Nice to have drawn a 3-drop, because then we can get out another creature on curve. We do want another land at this point. We'll see what our opponent will permit in that way. Use Social Engineering. They drop a land, so they get a 2/2. Alright, well, we can't do anything in terms of playing a land, but we sure can use this Lander token we're about to get. Yep. Get rid of their robot. We'll go ahead and use it and get ourselves another swamp. Pass the turn. These have been okay trades so far. Craft Mechan. Self-craft. When it enters, you may sacrifice an artifact. If you do, put a counter on a creature and draw a card. They could they couldn't even do it because it targets, so they wouldn't be able to draw a card. They wouldn't have a valid target for the trigger. That's a shame. Let's play Servandum. Servandum's just so strong. And it gives us a way to say, if you want to trade your Mechan for this flight deck coordinator, you can, but it will be a trade. Or maybe they've got a good removal spell they can use on Servandum now rather than playing out a creature. Or their enchantment. They use Social Engineering. Ooh, Virulent Silencer. Wow. Are we going to get poisoned out? Interesting. Cryo Shatter. Okay. Sounds alright. We got Flight Deck Coordinator. I say we had just... Servandum has to be the one to attack. Now we could eat Servandum with a Swarm color. I kind of want to leave up Grav Kill, but... let's do this. We can Void Forged Titan. Servandum's gone, but we have a Flight Deck Coordinator, which is a 4/3 Death Touch. Will they block it? They don't. Get in for 4. Get out the Void Forged Titan. Lose a life, draw a card. Comet Crawler. Okay. Alright, Bono, what do you got for me? Are we use Social Engineering and then making a land drop? Germinating Worm. We're just playing it. We're not warping it out. Okay. Do they get in? They do not. 6 mana. How do we want to do this? Flight Deck Coordinator, Comet Crawler? I don't think so. But we can't Grav Kill in response and still have a good blocker. Let's attack with our Titan, just to see if we can make them do something. Maybe they just trade the worm for it. If so, we will Grav Kill it to stop them. Then maybe they attack with their Self-Craft Mechan. We aren't willing to block, so they get poison on us, but then they've got the Self-Craft Mechan tapped. We can Embrace Oblivion next turn if we want. Biomechan Engineer is pretty good if I remember correctly. It's got a lander. They can pay 8 to draw 2 and make a robot. Ilvoy Infiltrator can't be blocked if they cast 2 or more spells, and when it does combat damage, draw a card. Okay, so we'll get 2 poison. Not really worried about the poison. Because we can Grav Kill, we've still got 3 mana after that. Let's get in. See what they do to us. Okay. They think that's going to do it for them. We'll play this Flight Deck Coordinator in order to gain 2 life. And also, we lose 1 from our... oh, we gain 2 life twice, of course. We'll lose 1 from our Titan as we draw another card. It's another Servandum, wow. We're at 7 mana. We can Servandum and also Embrace Oblivion. I think we all probably only need to Servandum. Another Operative. Or another Ilvoy, I should say. I really like the art for these guys. These folks. Alright, no block, or no attacks, of course. We are going to Suzerain Voidborn. Do they have a... ooh. Tap our Titan. Seems good. We'll Comet Crawler. And we're gonna attack. They may kill something with the Mechan, and if they do, that's okay with me. Right, they're down to 1, and then we win. Good game, Kate Clinks. Alright. We made it up to Silver 3. Well, this began as an inauspicious draft, but we've played 5 games and we've got 3 wins so far. That's okay. We're getting there. Let's keep it rolling. We're getting into game 6. Now, as always, since we have 2 losses, this may be, like I say, our last game. And if it is, that's okay. We got our 3 wins. We are doing fine. This hand is too slow. This hand is slightly faster. Not much, though. We'll take this Perigee back in our... Put it on the bottom. Play some swamps and get out a dog. If you've got time for grog, you've got time for dog. Seam Rip, to get rid of our dog, the saddest day. We'll miss you, Rover. Alright, we've got double Servandum and no ability to cast them. Can't even grab kill quite yet. Yet another one of these green-white decks. It must be a good combination. We'll play our own Flight Deck Coordinator. We will trade if they want to offer it. Bioengineered Future makes a lander token. We will trade. And then each creature enters with an extra counter based on the number of lands you played. Yeah. Suzerain Voidborn. So let's see. They get a land in. Maybe they play a land. Then they play a 2-drop. Nope, nothing. Okay. Well, we're going to Comet Crawler. And play, attack rather, with our Suzerain Voidborn. Alright, they got, ooh, played it before, oh, I guess that's how it works. So they get their Lightsmith, it comes in as a 4/4. And then Meltstrider's Gear to make it even bigger and to attach to it. So it becomes enormous. That's pretty good. It would be even better if we could grab kill it, but we can't. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to attack with both. We're going to eat the Voidborn to trigger the Voidborn. Goes into a 4/3 lifelink. That's pretty good. They are just going to take it. Yeah, they know better. And we'll pass the turn. The idea there was if they tried to block, we would have been able to Dark Endurance and kill their blocker. Alright, these Lightsmiths are getting out of control. I do not appreciate them. We get a 17. Alright, we've got some land. That is okay. Let's go ahead and grab kill the big one, I suppose. We'll grab kill the other one next turn, I guess, after we go to 9. Or lower, if they have even more good stuff. Woof. We are having a tough, tough time. We go to 8, I guess. And next turn, do we simply lose? I think we do. Yeah, I think this is it for us. We grab kill. They hit us for minimally 9. We gain 2. Right. We're at 1. And they're at 15. We attack with everything. We block here. we go to 1. I believe. Yeah. It's not ideal. And we've got nothing. Alright. Good game, opponent. We'll play our Voidborn because it likes seeing things die, so it can watch us die. Alright. That was okay. We've got 3 wins and 3 losses. Completely reasonable quick draft. Let's see, and our prize, it's supposed to be 300 gems in a pack, but sometimes we get a double pack. Maybe we will. We did! Ah, free bonus packs. That's exciting. Alright. Well, that is Edge of Eternities Limited. A really fun format, and if you got the ability to play it, whether it's here on Arena or at your local game store, I recommend that you do so. Thanks for watching, everyone, and remember, Magic is fun. You should play more Magic.